Hello internet, it's Aquatis. Welcome back to my channel. I'm glad you're here. I don't know, whatever. I exist again and I'm playing Geometry Dash for another time because I felt like it. I have some building that I should probably do, so I'm gonna do that. Yeah, so the basic premise is that I'm in a mega collab. Another mega collab, you know, in Knoxville, the same dude who made that. Yeah, he's making another one and I'm in that too. So I figured, why not? I'll participate, I guess. I don't know what else I should do. I'm just gonna do that then. And so I'm in that, and the deadline to submit your part is apparently like New Year's. When we breach 2021, get out of this fucking mess, this part will be due. So I figure, I have to build this part, so I figure why not make some content out of it because I feel like it. So I'm just basically gonna mostly build the same style that I usually do build with this whole thing, because I don't know, I felt like it. That's pretty much what's gonna be going on. It's nothing complex, so we should probably start by filling in some of these blocks, getting them all nice and, you know, filled in and whatnot. I'm hoping that I can finish this at least today, or at least mostly finish it, because that would be generally a hopefully good thing, because I don't want to have to spend too much time working on this. I don't want to be harassed for not doing it. That would suck. So, yeah, just hopefully I can get this done so that I don't have to deal with it anymore. I don't like having, you know, a bunch of pressure and prying eyes while I'm trying to work on my stuff. I prefer to take things at my own pace. But oh well, when you're working under the constraints of someone else, you might as well uphold to their asking. Yeah, I'm building with a mouse today, which isn't something I normally do, because I don't think I usually build with the Steam, mostly because my computer is an absolute potato and can't handle anything Geometry Dash related for whatever reason. It's kind of a bit unfortunate, but oh well, what are you gonna do? I think I might, you know, try making the structures a little bit more connected rather than a bunch of blocks that are overlapping each other, because the style I'm trying to do with this, it's not too fun to, you know, make this thing with a freaking, oh my god, why am I so incompetent at most general building things? Yeah, just my style works better with like connected platforms rather than unconnected platforms, disconnected platforms. Whatever the Englishing is for it, that. These structures might be a bit large, but you know what, who cares? I don't know how easy making casual conversation is while recording a video. I'm not too competent at being interesting while making things. It's a general flaw of mine. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Come to think that I should probably make it so that like each of these are like separated sort of things, because my style doesn't take too much liking to slopes, especially considering what building blocks I'm using to build said style, because they don't have any sort of slope variations, so it doesn't make much sense to include slopes. I don't know how well this is going to turn out in block design, but you know what, you live and you learn, you know what they say. Yeah, I've been playing an awful lot of TF2 recently because I honestly I feel like it. I don't know why. I just suddenly have gained an addiction to the game. I've become one of the normies who plays TF2 and is absolutely addicted to it. Except I paid $40 for all the weapons, which makes me both a normie and a simp. I've fallen to the dark side. How could I? One thing I hate about like recording on Mac, because I use a Mac, is that like when you record, the screen, the average, you know, editing resolution is 16:9. You know, that's normal. But Mac is rendered in 16:10, which sucks, because whenever even an iMovie, like the pre-built editing software on Mac renders videos in 16:9. That's the default resolution, and the fact that Mac screens are in 16:10. It just doesn't make much sense. What's the whole story? Is there like something behind that, or what's going on? But I'm basically done with the filling in all the blocks, so now it's kind of up to shaving all the excess pieces out like any things that are outside the blocks or like that are inside the little borders that I'm gonna put around, because there's only really gonna be like a one block gap that actually features the blocks. You spend all this time copying and pasting these things into the blocks just for them to be eviscerated in one swipe, because you're only gonna use a couple of them. Fun. But you know what? It's not the worst. There's definitely more torturous things to be doing in Geometry Dash. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe the creative process that is the editor is abysmal in most fronts. I really hope I don't delete any of the wrong blocks, because then it's annoying trying to find what the block was supposed to be before I deleted it, because it's one of the pattern blocks. I can't just copy and paste a block from another section and think it's going to be alright, because it's not. Alright, now it could be completely incorrect, but I feel like we're basically, you know, done with the whole this part, which, I mean, this took like 10 minutes, so I don't know how well that's going to spell out for the rest of the parts, but I think the next part is just kind of start making like the outlines. I'll put corner pieces on them later, but right now it's just the time for setting outlines so I can put black in them. I've been awfully silent in a lot of these freaking whatever these these building moments, so I have no clue how much this is gonna be edited down. We're just gonna have to see. It's only a matter of time. My pickie's gonna be like in pain, because like the way like the keybind for building, I assume most of you who have partook in the editor on PC, you have a somewhat understanding of the fact that like the keybind for copying and pasting is Control D. And because the way Control is positioned on my keyboard, I have to use my pinky to do it, which is relatively annoying, and it's painful too, which is not very fun. But you know what? Who cares? I will subject myself to as much pain as I want. Thanks. Yeah, it's all for the level. It's all for the level. Alright, yeah. With all the outlines, you know, basically finished, we can delete that saw blade. We can basically just start working on like getting corner pieces and finishing out the outlines, making them polished and not completely ugly. I'm probably gonna skip out on quite a few of these. Not really skip out, but like I'm gonna forget that they exist, and then I'm gonna come back later and be like, oh yeah, I never put a corner piece here. I'm gonna have to put a corner piece there. Where the heck did it? Oh my god, I hate when my corner pieces just disappear. I want to build the level, but I can't when you're just not around. It's like, I hate how small the corner pieces are and how difficult they are to spy sometimes. Don't want to forget to do like the ones on the outside as well as the ones on the inside. It's going to be a bit of a task for me, considering how blind I am. Not literally, but just I generally have poor spatial awareness. I think that's it for corner pieces for now. That may be subject to change based on my awareness, but yeah, for now that should be fine. Time to start on putting black in the block. Yeah! Ugh, Jesus Christ, I'm tired. It's already dark out, it's only like 6:15, which is, oh my god, why is winter so depressing? Very unfortunate. Might also be the fact that I stayed up until like 2 last night, and then we got up at like 12, which you may think, huh, that's a lot of sleep, which is the exact problem. I slept for 10 hours. I feel terrible. The price you pay. If I make a deal out of it, I might be like, okay, I need to change this. I might. There's a huge emphasis on the might, but you know, I can hope for the best. I think maybe it's good that I'm tired today, because that means I'm gonna talk less, which means I have more footage I can just cut out because it's all silent, and that means I'll have a shorter video, which means you guys won't have to watch like 20 minutes of me being boring and building, because I have the compulsive need to include every moment that I speak in these videos. I don't know, maybe that editing is hard, man. But yeah, that's all the blocks filled in with black, and it may not look too good now, but after I add a couple of stuff, it'll still look bad, but it'll look at least a little bit better. And I can act like I actually know what I'm doing instead of not knowing what I'm doing, which is the correct answer. I do not know what I'm doing, but I place blocks and it eventually works, which is, I mean, hey, whatever. I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna complain. I'm gonna just accept that that's what I have to do, and I'm gonna move on with my day. I don't like to spend a lot of time on editing videos. I just like to do a simple cut process where I just do a whole bunch of jump cuts until it actually looks fine. Probably is worse compared to a lot of other styles, but I mean, hey, considering that I only edit with iMovie, I think it's fine. I think it definitely could be worse. Could be better, but could be worse. If I had a professional editing software, or not really professional, but just editing software that could let me have a bit more freedom with what I do, then maybe I could make some cooler edits, but God knows I'd probably stick to the same iMovie classics of simple jump cuts and the occasional funny meme that I download off the internet. I think one of the most convenient things for me would just be to have, like, I don't know if editors include it, but like an in-editor text thing, so that I could like have a whole, like, maybe an arsenal of text that I could just flash on the screen, and then I could border it and all that good stuff. Just something simple that I could use, because that'd be nice for certain edits that I want to do. Maybe if I want to make subtitles for video, it's not like abysmal to have to do. I don't know. I'll have to research and see if there are editing softwares that include that. Maybe not that I'll buy them, because they probably aren't that good if they have to use a gimmick like that. Maybe they are good, but maybe I'll have to see if like After Effects or something uses that, because then I can like start saving up money to actually, you know, get that and use it. I think one of my biggest issues with iMovie is that that you have to, like, you're basically stuck with like two video layers. Like, you can have like your main video that you export, and then you can have like a photo or another video on top of that, and that's it. I would much like to be able to layer a ton of videos to make like 21st century meme compilations that are terrible, but you know what, that aren't those memes pretty bad? Those memes are generally I don't know, maybe I just don't get 21st century humor because I'm a freaking Gen Zer, I think. I don't know what my age demographic is. I think I'm a Gen Zer, but I'm not entirely sure. All I know is that beans are funny. I did make a grilled cheese today. It was not very good, especially considering I didn't have any sliced cheese to use. I just used like I had to use freaking shredded cheese, which wasn't very good. I mean, the sandwich was still fine, had crisp around the edges, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just too impatient. I didn't toast it on the edges long enough to make it a nice old grilled cheese. I just toasted it long enough for it to get not bread texture and more toasty, just enough to have a crunch to it, a small crunch, but a crunch nonetheless. But that's all I really did with it, and that's maybe why it was mediocre in quality. But you know what? I made a grilled cheese. We're on the step to becoming a professional chef, boys. I might not even finish the building today because I'm just tired and bored. I mean, I would definitely like to, because it just would make it a lot easier to, you know, generally edit, so that I don't have to do much more work on this. Because as fun and cool as building in the editor is, it can be abysmally challenging, especially when you are awfully demotivated with Geometry Dash. It sucks. I guess with nothing really else to do, let's put some glow around the edges to make it look better. The building process, everyone. We'll start with like a layered bit of blending glow. This is kind of an insight on my style. It's an awfully simple style. Like, you take any sort of block, you set it to background blending with the occasional change in opacity, and then you add it to like the edges of the block. You put lines between that, add black within those lines, and then you add like glow. You add like a black border around it, and then you add like the double layer blending glow to this part, to like the top edges of the block. On the bottom of them, you would add like a half opacity black. That's like a shadow sort of thing. And then, bam, you've made my style. Add some extra details in the blocks and you're done. Is it a good style? Of course not. It's not a good style. But does it work enough? Sure. A lot of my standards just come to, is it good? Yes or no. Does it work enough? And if the answer is yes, then I move on with my life because I'm lazy. I wonder, how well would you guys receive it if I like made videos about other content besides, you know, the natural geometry dash? Like, I know you guys like, I did have like an entire tangent at the beginning of the video where you guys only watched my geometry dash content, and because I don't know, I felt like getting mad at you guys for no reason. But you guys only watch my geometry dash content, and I made a whole tangent about that. But I just want to wonder, how many of you would like support if I made stuff like Minecraft maybe, or like TF2, stuff like that? I don't know how entertaining it would be, how much I can speak with that, but it would probably be similar in the formula of how I make this, like these sorts of building videos, where I make like just me talking over some gameplay, where the objective is a thing. It's a fairly simple formula, but I felt like, oh well, I might as well try it out if I want to do it. I'll see what you guys think. I've asked for suggestions before, like in my channel update, but I just want to see, would you guys be okay with me doing other things, branching out? Or would you guys absolutely hate it? In that case, that's kind of sad, but you know what, oh well. You are the viewers, I am but your slave. At least that's how YouTube treats content creators. The viewer is always right, as they say. Like how they say in fast food biz, the customer is always right, but it's the viewer. How clever am I? Alright, with the black glow done on the thing, we're basically done with the entire base block deco, save for like one little detail which I'm going to integrate now, being a half opacity thing down here to make it a bit more even. But yeah, I think now it's time for like some other things, some other cool things, like just like adding a bit more detail within these blocks, maybe adding like some spikes on the ground to make it more interesting, just a bunch of the other outside stuff to make it a bit more, you know, intriguing beyond just like the whatever I made here. Alright, I should probably do something to fill in the space of these black blocks, because they're looking a bit lacking considering how much of the part they take up. It would be nice to give them some sort of detail. I might use like these, where are they? Where are the blocks? These ones, like I want to use these ones, and I want to like, yeah, make them all like object colored. Then I want to like include them on every one. I don't think I really want to toy with the colors right now. I'll do that all later. I'll just select them all and make them all the same color, whatever. But right now it's just the time for, it might look a bit better to make them all connected, but you know what? I want to make the part look at least a little bit interesting, look a little bit experimental, even if it's not at all. I want to make some gameplay lines, but I want to make them unique. So I think I want to make like, I want to take like, I want to do like with these ones. I want to make like sorts of gameplay lines like these. So I want to do them like these. I want to like make it like, you know, you got the arrows, and then I want to make it to like rotate like a 70, like a slow rotation to kind of match the song, that sort of stuff. So I'm gonna like take that. I'm just gonna start copying and pasting it around the level. What else do I want to do with like this part? Because I know I want to do things, but I want to figure out like, do I want to put anything in here? I mean, I probably do. What do I want to put in here? Time to peruse through the things to see if I can find something. I think I might do like these little bush looking things. I'll just layer those about the thing. They'll look kind of nice. Yeah, the party's definitely coming together. I can see a lot of, like, you know, things starting to look better from when they first were. But I think now it's time for, like, you know, probably start working on some background effects or something like that. Not entirely sure what we want to do with the background effects, but I do definitely want to do something with that. I think I might use, like, these whole, like, things. I'm going to use that because that looks nice. I'm just going to double size it and put it on layer 10 so I can use it as a custom background. Okay, that's probably good. So now I can just assign all these to a group, and then we can, yeah, we can be done with a custom background. It's relatively simple, and I might have to do something to spruce it up later, or it'll get spruced up later. Who knows? All I know is that we want to do like something like this. Yep, just to add it to a group, and then we can like have it fade in. And as well as that, we'll add a move trigger, wheel, target group. Oh yeah, I need to like type it in because I'm not clicking 52 times. Freak, can't even speak. And then we'll just have it fade out into nothingness. Alright, yeah, I'm getting a little bored, so I think I'm gonna cut it off there. The part there is totally not finished. I'll probably add some more effects, more movements, a lot to make it better. I think it's a good base. It's got a custom background, somewhat of a block design, all the general stuff you need to make a level. But I'm definitely gonna need to add some more just to really elevate it to look like an actual level that is someone has spent time on. So yeah, that's all for the video today. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, whatever. I don't care. Just if you like my content, you know, support me. If you don't. Simple as that. Anyway, see you later, gamers. It's been real.